Welcome, you're watching Hard Rock Nation. This right here is video number 2 on Music Theory Guitar Lessons playlist. And this video is the one major scale that you need to know as a guitar player. Now I got a clean guitar channel going on, so this is just the clean channel, regular, I got a chorus pedal, basically that's it. Give the guitar more depth, make it sound better, because it's no chorus, kind of dry chorus. Yeah, it sounds a lot better. So we're going to run over the 7 major keys. So there are 7 major keys in the keys of music. You have major, you have sharp majors, you have flat, diminished, all kinds of crazy scales. And today we are just focusing, instead of worrying about all of those other scales, which we will get to in a later video, this right here is the major scale. And the first scale, most important major scale of your life, because it's major, is the major scale of C. And there are no sharps or flats in this scale at all, period. So in other words, you have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. And all of those notes are whole notes. So in other words, the note is neither sharp or flat. And the best thing you can remember is the word B. In other words, the letter B and E are never, ever going to be sharp or flat in music, period. So in other words, if you have a scale that is in B major, you're going to always notice that in the scale there will be plenty of sharps and flats. But for the E note, which there is one, and for the B note, there's always going to be no sharps and no flats. So it's basically a whole note. So you got B, that's a B power chord, and you got E, this is E power chord. That's neither going to be sharp or flat. So let's play the first scale so I can show you how it sounds. I'm going to play it through as many strings as I possibly can. So this is the key of C. First note is C. Next note is going to be D. Next note is going to be E. Next note is going to be F. Wait. This is F. Then you're going to have G. Then you're going to have A. Then you're going to have B, C. And what do you have? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's a C bar chord. You'll notice that if you play any and all C's, it'll all work perfectly with this chord. Those are all in C register. So you have, now we're going to play a G. But first, before we do, we're going to do the other C major. So you're going to find C in just about every possible spot you can on a fretboard. So this is your C on the low E string. But there's also C's on the other strings. Now when you start running out of frets, you start running out of frets. So you only have to play it on 3 strings. So because of that, you can't go any further than the G string. Unless you have a multi-scale guitar that has many strings. Many more than 6. Can have 10, which is crazy. So we have C right here, the first one. Then you find C again. This is on the A string. Going to be on the A string, 3rd fret. You're going to play the same type of note register. Now how about the D string? You find your C on the A string, then you find the octave, which is usually 5 frets. See, 5 frets. It's actually 7. Makes sense because there's 7 notes in the scale. So this is the C major on another octave higher. And now we're going to do the last one that I can do because I don't have 8-string guitars here. So then you have you find your C. Then you just play the pattern like it is. Now it will be a little bit different because you have the B string because it's not a fifth like the other strings are. It's a fourth. So you have to go down, I think, a half step. And that is the C major scale on the G string. Now we're going to do the G major scale, which comprises of 7 other notes. They're all going to be the same notes, but they're going to be in a different category. So you have G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Notice you're starting to get more sharps. The sharps will start increasing as you go down the line. Like for example, the B major scale, you have C sharp, D flat, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp. Yeah, there's a lot of sharps in that scale. There is 4 sharps and 1 flat. Or that could also be a sharp, because it's basically the same note. If it go flat 1, it's going to be E flat. If you go sharp, it's going to be D sharp type deal, because E flat is the same note as D sharp. That's why if you ever wondered, a tuner will always usually say sharp because it's just the way it is. So then we have G major. Wait, that's C. Let's go down to G. Thank you. I don't want this video to be too long, so we're just going to do the rest of them on the low E note. But as I'm saying, you can pretty much play it throughout the whole fretboard. Many different registers. So that was the G scale. How about the D major scale? You go all the way down here to D. It goes like this. They'll always sound like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's how you know it's major. Then you got F all the way down here. That's kind of hard to stretch that because you're so stretching like crazy. This is the F major bar chord. Now how about B major? Now this one is going to have a bunch of weird notes. I'll say the notes for you, that way you kind of know how it goes. So you're going to find your B note all the way down here at 7th fret on the low E string, and it goes like this. Sorry about the dogs barking. B, C sharp, D, flat, E, F sharp, G, A sharp, B. Goes like this. And that is the B major scale. We have 2 more scales left to go, and we will end this video. Sorry about the length, but it's kind of a tutorial. So then we have E major. It goes like this. You find a low E note. It goes like this. See if you play an E chord, E power chord. It sounds about the same, because why? It's in the right register. Then we have the last one, which is A. I play that chord a lot. Then you have, there's a lot less sharps on this one, but there are 3. So here we go. This is going to be A, and you're going to have B, and you're going to have C sharp, and you're going to have D, and you're going to have E, and you're going to have F, and you're going to have G, G sharp, A. See how it sounds really weird? This is what happens when you add different chords to other things. That's a G chord. I thought it was a G major scale, but it does not. Now watch what happens when I add a major chord. This is where it starts matching up. Then how about a C major? It's a C chord. Or a C major chord, which has more as you go like this. How about the C major scale? See how it sounds right? But that's basically what I learned from the Steve Stein Guitar Zoom place today on YouTube. That was about an hour-long video, and I think I learned quite a bit. And now I'm just focusing on remembering the notes on the fretboard, because I can pretty much, now that I know all of these, because you have A, you have E, A, D, G, B, E, the same scale that's up here matches for the same scale that's up here. So, because it's the same standard tuning. So now I'm just working on what every note is on the fretboard, and once I start doing that, we'll be coming back to you with another video tomorrow, and I will have a even more solid knowledge about scales and keys.